In September of 2020, the City and Borough of Juneau Assembly appropriated Federal CARES Act funding to assist 135 Juneau artists. In the spirit of the Works Projects Administration of the 1930s era, the Juneau ArtWorks program reflects the zeitgeist of the public health emergency and will remind us of how our community responded to the COVID-19 pandemic.
My name is Puanani Maunau, and I did a series of 4 paintings for the city project during COVID. And the title of the paintings are called Seasons of COVID, Chaos and String Theory. Chaos theory it's a mathematical concept, but it's based on nonlinear discordance and nothing really making sense. I mean, chaos, it's chaos. I mean, there are so many things that happened that were really unsettling. It seems like, to me, it was common sense of how people should get together, but people weren't getting together. And string theory, when I looked it up, for some reason, I had an idea of like strings of an instrument and vibrations of the string when you pluck the string. And what the image in my mind was that how it vibrates around the world. I mean, like it was something that everyone in the world was affected by, and how, you know, when you pluck a string, how the vibrations travel all around. The color in the paintings are more somber. They're not typical colors that I use. There are a lot of blacks, grays, ochres, and rust reds. But the 2 colors that I do use in the painting, which are green and blue, I wanted that to sort of reflect water. I'm not sure why I wanted to have the idea of water in my paintings, but water flows through all of the paintings as well. Nothing made sense, and so I think that those colors reflected what I was feeling. Basically, you can turn the canvases in any direction, and they should all go together, but they're paintings by themselves, so I mean, that might be the case, but they work together as a group. When I paint, I generally write haiku with each painting because I want to express the feeling that I have when I'm painting it. One deadly virus vibrating around the world, it spares no country. Through chaos and fear, our spirit carries on, O humanity. Illuminated, floating without direction, we're dust and foul air. Like water spilling, corrupt actions are exposed in cold glaring light. Inequality, this, a time of reckoning, what do we stand for? COVID has taught us that we can only survive when we move in love. Illuminated, a small light in the darkness, a small sign of hope. One long, slow breath in, one long, slow breath out. Repeat. We'll come through, just breathe. I think that the haiku was really good because it actually paralleled my thoughts of what I was feeling at that time when I painted. Other countries look at our country as a leader in this world, but you know, you look at our country from within and you see so many things wrong with it. And what I really like about COVID is it really shined that light on the whole system. A lot of people just were able to open their eyes and see at that time of what is happening. I mean, you know, just some glaring light on truth. And I think that in that sense it was good. It was bad, but it was good. I learned from an artist called Carlos Lorca in San Francisco, and he painted, I mean, really huge abstracts, bigger than this room. So when I came to Juneau, I never painted landscape before. I wanted to not just do landscapes, but I wanted to abstract landscapes. That's always been my goal. A lot of times they're just abstract or landscapes, but my most favorite is accomplishing an abstract landscape. Because of the grant, it afforded me to buy materials that I really love painting on, which is an ampersand board. I normally paint on canvas because it's cheaper, but the ampersand board is like the top. And it takes the materials really well, like the oil bars, they're called oil bars, which is just a hard, it's like a big crayon, but it's solid oil pigment. So it takes that a lot better, and it allowed me to sort of work in the color into the board itself and have very nice smooth transitions. My progress was to work on all 4 boards evenly. So I would pick one up, work on it, and then pick the next one up, and then do all 4 concurrently, and like keep finishing them equally so they all work together. And it was interesting because I would have 3 stacked up, then I'll have the 4th one and keep turning it around to make sure that it worked evenly, and that you could turn it in any position and it would work. I love painting. Painting is my passion. It's a creative thing that is in me that needs to just be expressed. I love art. It exists in everything. To me, I don't know what would happen if I couldn't paint. I really don't. I mean, it's just part of my life. It's part of me.